Hi, this is Z with Optionalitie, and we're going to do a quick market update for the week ending September 13th, 2024. We're going to take a look at the major indices. We're going to do a sector rundown of the Spider Select sectors, and we're going to do a position review for this week. We've had an excellent week this week, we'll talk through some of our closed positions. So let's begin. So here's SPY on the daily chart. Almost back to the all-time high. It's actually, this move the last few days have been just absolutely astonishing. 22 points on the spiders in 1, 2, 3 trading days. This is just something else. We are a stone's throw off of all-time high. So nothing but bullish here. We are still in this channel. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. So we had this massive down candle, but this week, this week he had even bigger volume on an up candle that took back the entire thing. Just absolutely incredible price action. We're in this channel. As long as we stay in this channel, we're bullish. It's pretty straightforward. On the intraday chart, we're probably a little bit tired on the intraday chart. So I have a ton of lines here. So you see that we have there's the first wave, the second wave, and then here we're starting to get massive overlap like I talked about yesterday. And I mean we're up just a modest 0.4% today. So I mean it feels it feels like a melt up in the middle of the day, but it's only a 0.4% move. So not we're getting tons of overlap. This is going to retrace. This is topping. I mean, this is gonna roll over at least a little bit. I'm not talking about a market crash. I'm talking about like a 1% pullback, maybe, in the next couple of days. So be on the watch for that. If we have the Nasdaq, so this is the intraday tick chart. You see that we have this nice little channel right here, and I mean this is obviously rolling over. In addition, we do have some line. Yeah, so we have the trend line. So they kind of got rejected at the trend line from the top. So we'll see what happens. I mean, if there's one thing to be not bullish, this is it right here. So something to watch for next week. But let's take a look at the weekly chart. I mean, this is bullish. If it can break out, it's pretty straightforward trade. Breakout, retest, and then you can just go again. So that's the Nasdaq. Let's see anything on the Qs. Nope. Bullish. Let's go RUT, IWM. So we talked about getting long somewhere down here with a stop below. We had a nice 2.5% rallies. That position is doing absolutely amazing. Well, we're gonna put something on, for targeting somewhere in this area now that we got some buying power back with basically everything coming off the books today. So we'll take a look, see how next week, beginning of week looks, see how the pricing is for some bullish plays up here. But IWM doing well, and that's mostly because rates are coming down, and that will help these Walking Dead companies kind of refinance their junk debt and let them live another day. So IWM bullish. The Dow, I mean, look at this thing. How dare they not close at all-time highs? That is so not American to not be at all-time highs on the Dow on a Friday. I really did think that they were going to make it up there, but look, we got pretty good volume in the Dow too. So I mean, this thing is bullish. Let's take a look at the sectors. So let's go to here. So we have let's just take it from the top. The biggest sector being technology. So XLK. So this actually looks obviously a lot like the QQQ. So this is doing, it's in the uptrend. Used to be kind of head and shoulders-y. Well, that's what everybody was talking about. That's what everybody was expecting. And when that happens, the opposite happens. Now we have a couple handle going the other way. Like, what a couple days difference makes. That's XLK. Let's do XLF. So XLF is kind of interesting. Everything was uber bullish this week. It actually put in not that bullish of a week this week, and it's on pretty high volume too. So, not full board bullish like some of the next other sectors that we are about to go through. So XLC, pretty bullish. This is basically Google and Meta, I think, is in XLC. Let's take a look. XLC communication services. Oh, just kidding. It's Netflix and Meta. So obviously that's gonna do pretty well. Let's see. Going down the line, let's do XLY. I mean, consumer discretionary, bullish. We're supposed to be going to the recession, but this is telling you the consumer strong. I don't know what's that's about. I don't know what the narratives are out there, like consumer staples, all-time high. I mean, this is uber bullish. Healthcare, probably one of the bigger sectors. We had a massive candle here, but just kind of chopping sideways. So you'll see like some of the more aggressive sectors like XLF, XLK, and XLV, which is kind of tech, kind of tech. Not as bullish as some of these defensive sectors. For example, let's go to XLU, all-time high, massive candle up. I mean, this is like way above the weekly expected move, and this is utilities right here. Let's go to REITs, boom, all-time high, going parabolic pretty much. Let's go to XLE. Energy going down, yields are going down. I mean, it's pricing in a little bit of a slowdown, but that's not what everything else is saying. So kind of interesting. And another thing interesting I pulled up is if you look at the year to date on the sector indices, the best performing sector this year, if you can believe it, is utilities. That's the best performing sector this year, which is kind of astonishing. The second best is consumer services, or sorry, there's financials here. Communication services is 18.4. Financials is at 18%. Consumer staples at 15% year to date. This is year to date. And where is tech? Tech is only at 14%. And in fact, tech as a whole, this thing has NVIDIA and a bunch of other stuff. This thing is actually, the XLK is actually underperforming S&P 500 on a year-to-date basis in this particular view. So, market's still going up, but you see how this is. See how the leadership has kind of changed this year compared to what you would have expected, which is massive outperformance by tech. And you would have thought, tech had massively outperformed this year, but maybe some tech has, but some tech hasn't. So yeah, just a little something to think about. But until the market actually shows all out selling, I wouldn't do anything on the short side. Position review, we had a monster week this week, so let's take a look. So this week, today we closed out premium selling, the $500. This is our short trade that we covered the short section, and then all the premium went to zero. This QQQ, same thing. We financed some shorts that we closed early in the week, and all the puts that we sold to finance the put spread that we sold here. We bought a put spread, and then we sold a bunch of puts to finance that put spread, and we sold it for $4, and everything else just went into thin air, just expired worthless. This is just a home run trade through and through. Actually, I'm going to close this right now. I forgot. Oh, it is closed. Okay. So yeah, just a massive week. Same thing here. This is a bearish trade on SPX. I remember I begrudgingly closed this position on Monday of last week. A put vertical for 55.05, 5,500. We're at 56.20 something. And I remember I begrudgingly closed this on Monday here. And I thought this was going to be a huge mistake. And well, this is what mental stops and never letting a position go against you like how that pays off in the long run, right? Sure, we could have made $3,000 on this position, or we could have made nothing. So just absolutely fantastic position right here. And really, the head scratcher this week is this Dow position that we got basically bottom ticked on, that we went short, at the bottom right here. And we sold some calls like somewhere up here, and we spent the entire last 2 days kind of rolling the calls out and selling puts to finance that. Unfortunately, we were not able to get any money back on this. So sometimes you take a loss, but just absolutely fantastic week this week. As for next week, we got Jerome Powell. I am expecting some kind of consolidation. I mean, this is the intraday chart clearly looks like it's going to roll over a little bit, at least test 40 points down, which would do amazing for our call diagonal that we put on. We really need the premium on this thing to come off just a little bit. We're still in the money on this, by the way. Like, we're still up on this position, even though we're like deeply in the money on this on our short call here. But there's just so much juice in this particular call right here that we're doing okay. But a little pullback would be really welcome. And then I do expect some kind of consolidation, some kind of retest of this area right here, maybe this area right here before going off. And buying highs. Just keep buying highs. That's this is a cup of handle, whatever you call it, this is bullish. So anyways, that's this week. I hope y'all had a good trading week as well. And if you enjoyed this content, please give me a thumbs up. Write in the comments what you'd like to see in the next market update, and I'll see you for the next episode. Okay, bye.